What's up, guys? Your boy Ed from Lisa Beach. You already know. Today we're going to be doing a deck profile over a deck that I've been playing for a while. I've been playing for a couple of months now. It's a lot of fun, and of course it's the P.U.N.K deck. I've been tweaking the ratios a lot for the last couple of months. My girlfriend has helped me a lot with this deck. I'm really happy about how this deck is coming out. These ratios just seem to be a lot closer to perfect than what they have been before. I am playing a standard list of 50 cards for myself. I was playing 44, 45 for a while, and then I brought it up to 50, and for some reason it wasn't working out for me. Brought it back down to like 45, and currently sitting back at 50 again. I'm actually really comfortable with the deck here. The hand trap line is a little big, but it's fine because I feel like you got to see all these hand traps to be able to stop your opponent. And then of course, if you want to side any of these hand traps out or switch them out in whatever preference you have, that's completely up to you. But let's go ahead and check out my deck profile. All right, guys, so the Brave lineup is a little bit different from how I've been actually playing it in the past. I'm only going to be playing 2 Water Girls. I think that for myself and the way that I'm playing this deck, 2 Water Girls is more than enough. It gets to a point where you used up your Brave engine completely, and then like meaning that you used up the Griffin and the Illegal Knight as well, and it gets to that point where what do you do then, right? So what's the point on having another Water Girl, because you're only going to use it for once and then twice, and that's literally it. Or if you open up one and then you do this, you use that once and then that's it, and then you have another Water Girl that's literally just there taking up space. What if you open it up on your next draw phase or something? Like, I don't think that's good enough. But let's go ahead and show off the rest of the package so you guys can just see the whole package together. I'm only playing 2 rights, like I said. It's more than enough. And then 1 Faithful, 1 Draco back. I don't really think that there's more that you need to play in this deck, or there's anything else that you guys should be worrying about playing for this deck. The deck is really affordable now with the engine. I'm sorry, the engine is really affordable, and I don't really think it should be any hard for anybody to pick up this engine. So that's the engine. Let's go ahead and move on. Putting it for the punks, we played the 3 Foxy Tune, of course, 3 Foxy Tune all the way. Foxy Tune just being one of the best punk monsters in your deck. Playing double Siamin and then double Deer Note. One of the things that I want to do next is that, of course, I want to try out the Pure Punk list. The Pure Punk is a lot of fun. My boy Alex is doing really well with it. He's been having a lot of fun with it. But I think that it's kind of a really hard deck to play, and if you're not good enough or skilled enough to play it, you will mess up. Trust me, I've had that happen to me multiple times. I had built a deck. I was test playing with my girl. We were just kind of like just sitting there, just trying to see what I can do with the deck, and I was learning it, and I tried to go too fast into it, and I just kind of messed up. So the thing is that you have to be really skilled, and this is going to take a lot of time to be able to make sure that you learn this deck. Continuing, I have 3 Sangan in the deck. I still think Sangan is really good in the Arborea, because it's just like, okay, we're gonna normal summon that Almirage, Arborea, and then Needle Fiber. That's super good. Like, honestly, that's really good, and I think that it's more than necessary to have that. Continuing with the Red Rose package right here, you have the Red Roses, and then of course you have the Basil Shoot to complement the Red Roses. I have a small combo that I'm going to show you guys. I have a hand that I've seen where, like, of course, there's like, you know, the Red Rose and then the Deer Note and then like 3 other random cards, right? I'm going to show you guys that little combo. It's really nice. And then I'm just going to show you guys probably just standard lineup plays that you can do with this deck and stuff that you maybe didn't know that you can make with this deck, which is a lot of fun, honestly. Continuing, Jet Synchron, Shinobi Necro. Let me move these aside so you guys can see them better. Let me see. Right there. Jet Synchron, Shinobi Necro, Plague Spreader. I play them both. I think they're both really good. And if I don't necessarily need the Shinobi to be able to like synchro summon with Chaos Ruler, I just make this. Of course, you could always just Gamma, but sometimes I feel like Gamma is just too good. Hold it, make Lambda, and then you have like the Gamma for follow-up or whenever you need it. Snow, and of course, your Artifact Scythe. These are all the monsters that I play in the deck. That's it. You don't need more monsters than this. I think this is already a lot of monsters. Like I said, this is a standard list of 50 cards in the main deck, which is honestly a lot. Most people are not playing double Deer Note, but I think double Deer Note is actually really good because I've had the situation where I've actually made this once, went through this, got into this, and then had a follow-up of this to then this again, which is just, it's honestly really nutty. Let me see. These are all the cards so far. We're going to go ahead and continue. For this next lineup, it's, of course, a bunch of hand traps. So you got the 2 Effect Veiler, the 2 Crow, you got the 2 Ogres, 2 Ash, and then I have 3 Gammas. This is a list that I've been tweaking a lot. I originally had, like, I think it was like 3, 3, 2, 2, 3 as well. So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hand traps, which is kind of like crazy to say. For the last 2 hand traps, of course, I feel like Imperm has won itself a spot in this list again for the meta. Imperm's just being so good in this meta again. But so you got 3, that's 5, that's 9, and then that's gonna be 13 hand traps to play in the deck, which is honestly really good. I wasn't saying that I originally cut down 1 Ash, 1 DD Crow because of the amount of cards in the deck. But the reason why I did that was because I just thought that having multiples of each hand trap kind of was really bad. Except for Crow, because you can use not once per turn. And then Effect Veiler, you can just add it off of Chaos Ruler, but I don't think Effect Veiler is sometimes as good as what you would expect it to be. The last 3 cards that, of course, are quote-unquote a part of the Punk deck, but not really a part of the Punk deck. Emergency Teleport, and then you, of course, have double Olla del Deseo, which is Pot of Desires, double Tactics, Foolish, and Call By. I think Tactics has actually came in clutch a lot, right alongside with Pot of Desires. I Pot of Desires the other day, somebody asked me, and then I just Tactics, and I still drew 2, and I was just like, well, that was actually a nag, but you know what? At least I got it. I was able to draw 2 cards. But we're going to go ahead and continue. So the extra deck is the only other thing that I'm going to reveal right now, so we're going to go ahead and get into it real quick. We got the Almirage, we got the Dark, we got a Lambda, Dagda, Needle Fiber. That's it for all the Link 1s and 2s in this deck. This deck is really good. You can play a lot of Links in this deck, but I've decided to play a couple of other synchro monsters to replace some of the other Links that I was playing. So like I had like a Light Charmer in here, and you don't really need that anymore. Unicorn and Access Code. I think Unicorn over Celine. Honestly, that's my personal opinion about it. But if you like Celine better, that's cool. TG Wonder Magician, Shooting Riser, Cypher and Omega. Cypher and Omega actually came in clutch. I've also had the situation where like I've top decked like a level 3 tuner monster, and then this would come back, or I would make this before that or something. Whatever the situation is, this makes it 11, which you guys already know that the 11 is of course Psychic and Punisher. So you have Chaos, Hot Red. I played the Sword Soul monster. This guy's so good. Baron, and then Psychic and Punisher being the last one, which is the level 11 of the deck. This deck is a lot of gas. I don't really have issues bricking. I think out of like maybe 10 matches, I'll break like 2 games. Well, okay, so we're talking about 10 games, I'll break twice, which is not bad. It's still a real 80% chance of just doing really well. Let's go ahead, and I'm gonna show you guys a couple of hands. We're not really gonna be shuffling the deck. I'm just gonna show you a couple cards, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so just a real like easy line of combo that a lot of people I don't really see a lot of people make this combo so far, but this came up with me, and I was just like, yeah, that's pretty nice, you know. So just Red Rose, and then Foxy Tune, and then 3 blank cards. I've used the Emergency Teleports as the blank cards, whatever. So quick easy line of play. They go Foxy Tune. This is normally where people would ash you. If they don't, or at least this is the best place where people should ash you. Then you make your Deer Note here, of course. From here, this is actually where it gets a little wild, and I just wanted to show this nice little niche interaction. You normal summon Red Rose, and then you synchro there. So you don't have to be afraid of, oh, you got to go into Xiamen, and then Xiamen, how do you get your, your Deer Note out? Well, okay, so Foxy Tune just summons out any of them, right? By doing so, then you make your level, you make your 8 here because you have non-tuner, tuner, synchro there. Let's see, can you guys see that? Let's go ahead and zoom it out just a little bit. So you get your 8, you got this. Of course, from here you will go chain link 1, then you can go chain link 2, chain link 3. In this situation here, you don't need to worry too much about like summoning out a tuner back because you don't have one, right? So Foxy Tune is the only thing that you can actually really target. That's going to be your chain link 2. But then here you would go Red Rose, which will summon out your Rocks Rose. And you got to keep the chain links going the way that they are. So do not activate this right away, or do not resolve. So this, and of course, then this will mill you your 5 cards, and then you add a random 5 card. And this is pretty nutty because then you resolve, you add the quick play, and this is where we're at. So you've added 1 out of these 5 cards. So now this is the card that you discarded off of your original Foxy Tune, and then these are the 4 that went to graveyard, which could be anything off of Chaos. And then this is what came back after Dear Note. This is what you special summoned off of Red Rose. And then this is what you got off of the Rocks Rose, which is pretty good. From here, you have a bunch of line of plays that you can make, of course. I normally would get rid of the Chaos Ruler, but in the situation here, I think that you might want to go here. So then like that, you can go ahead and go Needle Fiber effect. And then this is really cool. This is where I would summon this guy out. Make Baron. And then you can reactivate this, banishing, of course, both light and dark, summoning out that bad boy. This coming back, and you can do whatever you want with this. You want to make another 10, you want to make a link, whatever you want. If your goal is to scythe lock people, you scythe lock people. If your goal is to set up for your Lambda, set up your Lambda for your Gamma. Whatever you're doing. Pretty good. You can even go for another level 10, whatever you want to do. And then you have this, which is still your Reborn, because it's still in graveyard. Even the other one's in graveyard. And then you have 3 cards for follow-up that you haven't even used yet, which could have been extenders, which could have been just 3 hand traps, whatever the situation is. This is a very simple board to make, and I like this board a lot. Now I would like to do about 2 test hands to see what my board would end on. By the way, that's Needle Fiber right there. All right, guys, so getting into the test hand, we'll do about 1 or 2 real quick. Hopefully I don't break. Imagine this is the 1 out of this is 2 out of the 10 times that I break. Okay, not a brick at all, but still a really good hand. Like I said, this is literally a hand where you can just be like, those are blanks, because legit, these are blanks now. We're gonna go ahead and go E-Teleport, and then from here, oh, why are my tactics together? Dun, dun, dun. Effect. We're just gonna play as if my opponents don't have anything. We're just gonna go ahead and let it ride. You're gonna go da-da-da. You're gonna get rid of the effect failure. You're gonna special summon this. Dun dun dun. This is gonna be really good. Let's see. Alright, so I normally put Chaos Ruler all the way to the left for some reason. It just really helps me with not getting, you know, my monster stones clogged up. So Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Xiamen, Dear Note targeting Xiamen. Not reveal. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, that's actually not bad at all. Here, this is really interesting because you can add the scythe and let your opponent know that you're going to scythe him. Or here, you can just go ahead and go Sangan, so then whenever you add the Sangan, they don't know that you have the Sangan, and you normal summon the Sangan, they think this might be a different card. Whatever you want. I say that send the artifact scythe to the graveyard. Normal summon scythe. And then you're going to go ahead and link summon here. Make your Needle Fiber, effect the scythe 2, Needle Fiber 1. I think in this situation, you're gonna want to go for this, and then effect of this one. Do I want to do that? Thinking. Yeah, 3 hand traps. 3 hand traps will stop anybody on their turn. Because you've paid 600 life points, I think this is a really good line of play. You're gonna go effective dragon, red rose dragon, rocks rose, add red rose, basil shoot. If you activate basil shoot, you're gonna special summon out your rocks, your red rose. You're gonna go ahead and link there. And then here, since you already have the scythe in the graveyard, you don't need that. But normally I do this to trip my opponent out. They'll waste their imperm on that, whatever they need to do. And then you still have this to do this and to do this. Foxy Tune. Of course, you summon this out. Effective Necro comes up. You activate it. You summon them. You know, synchro both, which ends up getting banished. And then summon out your Baron, of course. This is a pretty nutty board. Something that's unaffected. You got an Omni Negate. You got a pop if you need a pop. And then you got this to trip them out. Maybe you have the gamma, maybe you don't. And you still have 3 hand traps with a Sangan for follow-up. Sangan for follow-up is just disgusting. On standby, you can use effect. You can special summon out Scythe. Something that I normally do, personal preference, is that I special summon out the Deer Note. For the reasons being that if I go standby Deer Note, I bring this back, I special summon out Deer Note. Let's say it's saying that the Scythe wasn't there, of course, right? This will tag out, summon out Wonder Magician effect, synchro, make your Baron still, if you need the Baron or if you want the Sword Soul. But then what you get is this effect can bring back a tuner back. So now you have access to a tuner for follow-up. Bum bum bum. Another test hand, guys. It's a pretty good hand here. It's of course not the best of hands. We're gonna go ahead and use the gamma and the tactics in this play so you guys can see how a hand that you get can be definitely abused. E-Teleport's a really good Ash. Foxy Tune is also a really good Ash. So E-Teleport, let's say they Ash, you can go ahead and proceed to gamma. I just want to show you guys what the line of play would be if I had other stuff, you know, not just your regular combo lineup. Let's say you attempt to draw. That's really good. Activate. Foxy Tune. Foxy Tune. Discard this card. Get Xiamen. Faithful Adventure. Where is the equip? Equip. Faithful Adventure effect. Monster effect. You discard that. You banish the Water Girl. You're of course now going to go ahead and add your spell. I like this because it also means that you can have access to your level 7 synchro summons, which is really good. Effective Xiamen, pay 600, search. And then here, this is where you search your Deer Note. So your opponent should know every card but one, which was the Xiamen. So here you go, Deer Note, reveal, discard, special. Cool, sounds good. We're good so far. Here I'm gonna go ahead and make that 8 first. Actually, I'm gonna leave this for a second. We're gonna make the 8 here. 1, 2. We're gonna go ahead and target. We're gonna go ahead and target Foxy this time because we already have the tuner there. Ha ha ha. Okay, reveal. Wow, would you look at that? We haven't normal summoned yet. Awesome. This is honestly the reason why I leave this zone open a lot. Normal. We're gonna go ahead and link. You can Almirage there, or if you want to synchro there, you can. I'm just gonna go ahead and Almirage. Almirage effect of Sangan, search. You can either search your hand trap or you can go Arborea. Either way, it doesn't matter. Arborea. Effect. Here, since we already have the Necro in the graveyard, because these can be 2 level 10s, and then that can just be your Lambda, honestly. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and synchro for 11. I really like making this guy a lot, if you can't tell. Effect. It's pretty good. I'm telling you, this deck is kind of gas. Banish, 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 special, effecto, special, synchro again, special. And you haven't even used this yet. End phase effect, because you've banished a side frame gamma. You got a side frame gamma. Guess what? Your driver's in graveyard. So you have 16 cards in the graveyard. So that means that you can snow twice. You also have your driver in graveyard, which is super important. That means you can keep them after you snow twice. And then you have gamma, and you have this. Unaffected, negate. You have a banish on field and graveyard. You have a pop for a spell trap, or you can foolish if you want to, of course. But your snow being in graveyard already, it's more than enough, so it's kind of unnecessary at that point. This is a gas board. I wasn't expecting that. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys on the next video.